Losing big in the courtroom. That certain Aquaman starlet has to be panicked by this because they not only lost a huge one that was crucial for their defense, but the judge has finally seemed to have had enough. They keep telling that Aquaman starlet something they don't want to hear. Denied, denied, denied. All right, so hey there to all you fine folks on this fine day, by the way. I hope you are doing excellently, and I can't stress this enough. I mean, this is a huge decision here. This impacts the defense that certain Aquaman starlet wanted to put together. It also showcases how this judge in Virginia, just like the judges in New York and LA, they are getting tired of these types of moves. What we're seeing here is the result of a hearing from 1/26/2022. You can see that set up right here. This was requested by that certain Aquaman starlet too. This wasn't JD going out and asking for something. This was retaliatory from that certain Aquaman starlet, in which she demands access to JD's devices. Why? Because JD was granted access to her devices and she has to retaliate. She literally says that in this document right here. I want you to hear this before we read this decision, because imagine being the judge. Imagine getting so tired of these kind of filings, because that's what we've seen in New York, LA, and we're seeing it over and over again in Virginia. Listen to this right here. So previously, the court granted and denied, in part, cross motions to compel forensic discovery of the parties' devices, aka, you know, all of those pictures that certain Aquaman starlet is presenting, saying, hey, these things, they show what happened to me. Yeah, they want proof that those pictures, they were taken when they said that they line up, because there are a lot of questions with them. There seem to be a lot of problems. So the court denied that Aquaman starlet's motion at this time because it was overbroad, there's no specificity, and there still has to be a nexus shown. The court granted in part JD's motion, ordered targeted forensic discovery of that Aquaman starlet's devices. That Aquaman starlet immediately embraced the court's ruling and served discovery seeking specific and targeted inventory of JD's devices. Right there, as plain as day, she admits, I embraced that immediately. I did what the court said, but you know what else I did immediately? I served discovery seeking specific and targeted inventory of JD's devices. Again, I demanded what he demanded of me. Why? Because I'm retaliating. Now, the crazy thing is that it doesn't stop there. She actually doubles down and admits again what she's doing. I want to read you these sentences right here to put you in the judge's mindset when she's making her decision. Because if you were the judge, how would you take this? You can understand why they're tired of this stuff. And then, like I said, we'll look at the decision here. So she tells the judge, you know, you need to do all of this stuff. Why? Because the inventory of devices that I'm asking for, they include only the devices and cloud accounts JD certified were in his custody, bore relevant ESI, and yet he's telling me I'm not going to turn this stuff over. Why? Because I see right through you. And you know he does. They've said it many a time. So she then requests multimedia for herself, JD, property damage during the specific periods the parties accused each other, I'm going to say, of accosting, and of JD's finger injury. JD, he says, you know what? I'll actually turn over some of that. I agree to limited production, but he refuses to turn over devices. Why does he do that? Well, he tells you in his responses to this that it's just like the charity demand. She's basically trying to get revenge because things they didn't go her way. Yeah, she admits it right here in the next sentence. So, she prepares a consent order nearly identical to his order, so she copies what he was doing because, again, she thinks she could get away with it. She can demand exactly what he was demanding, and he says, you know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm not turning anything over. She says, hey, judge, though, I need you to turn all of this over. Why? Because all of the problems that his expert found in all of my images, where they have date ranges missing, where they they were taking on other devices and on. Yeah, I need a way to deflect away from that. I'm going to say, hey, that's what he was doing too. Now, as far as this decision is concerned too, remember that certain Aquaman starlet is arguing with the judge's prior decision, saying, you were wrong about this. And not only are they doing that in a filing, again, they had a 1-hour hearing on all of this on 1/26/2022. So here's your decision. Quote, under consideration of defendant counterclaim that certain Aquaman starlet's motion to compel plaintiff and counterclaim defendant JD's production of his original devices and operating system drives, cloud backups of the original devices as requested in defendant and counterclaims 14th, 15th, and 16th request for production of documents memorandum in support thereof, plaintiff and counterclaim defendants opposition thereto, arguments of counsel at the hearing on this matter, January 26, 2022, and being fully advised, it is this February 1st, that's when they make the decision, hereby ordered as followed. Defendant's motion is granted in part, it's denied in part. Number 1, plaintiff and counterclaim defendant shall produce within 14 days of this order any photographs of the injured finger or hand within 1 week before or after the injury, i.e. between February the 27th, March 13th, 2015, to the extent not previously produced. So, if there's any other picture out there that you haven't produced on that, if you have any other evidence that you haven't shown off, you need to turn that over. That's not a big decision at all. Second part, and this is the big loss for that certain Aquaman starlet. Plaintiff and counterclaim defendant is not compelled. So, JD is not compelled to produce any metadata or photographs from non-parties or third parties, only photographs in his possession, custody, and control that are from his own devices. Now, the reason that is such a big loss for that certain Aquaman starlet is because this effectively shuts down the whataboutism defense. And that's what they were planning on going with. They were going to hide all of the problems with their metadata. When I say metadata, the pictures that they turned over, there were different creation dates on some of them. They're supposed to be in a chain, hey, look at all these pictures from this certain date. Some of them, it looks like, were created on different days. They came from different devices. They were edited and on. They were going to try to camouflage that. But the judge said, that limited production you agreed to, yeah, that's enough. That's enough indeed. But anyway, let me know what you think about this stuff. And as always, appreciate the heck out of you. You make this stuff work. Thank you. Appreciate you sincerely. Want to go further? Want to help out the channel in different ways? There are links in the description. Check those out. And as always, I appreciate you. I cannot say that enough. Thank you. You make this channel work. And until next time, well, I'm going to end right here saying see you soon.